In most stories you see today, violence is glorified. Shows like The Boys depict grotesque fight scenes where the human body is dismantled in more ways than I have ever imagined and would like to never have to. But despite that, or in some instances because of that, we tend to think the characters are awesome. Take Billy Butcher, John Wick, and Guts for example. Each of these characters has something very particular in common. And no, it's not that they are efficient killing machines, which they are. It's that they are all on a quest for revenge. Terrible things have happened to all of them, and it made them the way they are. This can help the viewer feel more invested in the characters, and when they incite violence in the name of their perpetrator, you're all for it, not only because you're on their side and you want them to get their revenge, but also because their fights are epic. Vinland Saga is very similar to all these shows and movies with its main character, Thorfinn. However, the keen distinction that sets him apart from all the other three is reconciliation. Thorfinn is also on a quest for revenge like the aforementioned characters, and will do anything to get it. But what makes Vinland Saga so special is the way that it indirectly and sometimes just blatantly states that this path is not fit for Thorfinn. That's not to say he isn't an efficient killing machine like the others. He is. But in the very beginning of the show, Thorfinn is taught by his father that a true warrior does not need a sword. Now most people will understand the meaning behind these words, although the phrase itself is a bit of a paradox. That's why Thorfinn, who was very young at the time, doesn't seem to understand or appreciate the sentiment. A warrior without a sword? Can he really be a warrior? But what makes these words carry so much more weight is that they are coming from Thorfinn's father, Thors, the troll of Jom, who is one of the most powerful warriors to ever live. This is due to a very simple concept, or piece of philosophy. A weak man who is kind is not the same thing as a dangerous man who is kind. The weak man has no choice but to be subservient to his environment because he's harmless, he can't impose his will upon it. But a dangerous man, who has the power to affect his environment and can do whatever he wants to anyone and chooses not to, is kind because he has a choice. The weak man does not. Thorfinn's father swore off violence even though he could achieve any status, any woman, or anything he desired. But he chose the noble path, the humble path. He represents a tremendous example and standard for Thorfinn. And even though Thorfinn struggles to accept these teachings and becomes a killer, he inadvertently created the type of man suitable for his father's definition of a true warrior. For a warrior is someone who is ready for combat, someone dangerous. And by choosing the path of a warrior without a sword, Thorfinn has the potential to become a dangerous man who chooses not to put anyone in danger. I truly believe this is the type of message people need to hear, especially young men. Vinland Saga is not a request for pacifists. It is a message to anyone, anywhere. Be strong, be diligent, and then you have the opportunity to be kind. And as cheesy as it may sound, with great power must also come great responsibility. And if you choose to take this responsibility upon yourself, you will become a true warrior. Thank you for watching.